What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Team Solemn Circus live video. On the left side here, we have Labrynth going up against Goblin Bikers on the right side here. A deck that's going to get a little bit more support. You know, we did see Terratop coming back to 3. None of the Labrynth cards got hit at all. This is going to be the list that you guys saw yesterday. So if you guys want to be seeing that, make sure you check it out if you guys are interested in the deck list. Before we dive into the like, comment, subscribe, you're already seeing Labrynth going to start it off going first. You know, always the best. They're going to start off with a copy of the Coup Clock. That's going to let them activate any of their trap cards that they set while they control a Labrynth monster. Then we're going to pair it off with a copy of Chandelier, discarding another copy of the Coup Clock, and that's going to let us summon or set the Big Welcome here. We can then summon out the copy of the Coup Clock, and we're going to be then activating the effect of Big Welcome, and we're going to see that get Ash Blossom. Very unfortunate for us. See that get hit, but you know, it is what it is. It's like Brandon, you know, they're going to save their Ash for this. We're then going to activate the copy of the Prosperity here. So maybe digging for a copy of Ariana or something else we might see. For a second there, I thought they flipped their hand up face up. But we're most likely going to be banishing 6 cards. And then we're going to reveal the top. So we have the Arias, Ariana, Imperm, Welcome, and Rollback alongside the pink one there. So we are thinking about it. You know, if they do get hit with a copy of Imperm on the Ariana, it's going to be kind of rough. They could link into the Yama there, but we're going to see them then choose the Ariana regardless. We're in the normal summon with the Ariana, activates effects. That's going to let us search for a copy of, most likely the copy of Welcome here. Okay. So we could actually go into the Yama on this, and that's going to let us search for the Shawarma. And then we can, of course, pop the Welcome with the copy of Shawarma there, which are going to activate the effect, setting it, popping it. Then we're going to be able to summon. We can then go into a copy of the Rage, and then we then can activate the effect of Shawarma to then set the Escape from the deck. And then we're just going to pass turn on this. So a nice little combo there that we saw with the Labrynth as well as the little Unchained package. Alongside the Rage, going to be able to go into, you know, a nicer card called SP Little Knight. You know, probably the best Unchained combo that you can do. And the Shawarma is at 1, therefore this deck really abuses it to the most it can, because unfortunately Unchained can't really do very much. RIP our dogs. So we're going to activate Dimension Fissure, which is going to be a crazy card against this deck. You know, making all monsters that touch the graveyard actually hit the Banished instead. Taking a page right out of the Flu. You know, a lot of the board, not a lot of the board breakers, a lot of flights are being hit now. So we're going to be relying on these random ones like Dimension Fissure alongside Shifter, and then like where we see other cards like Synchro Zone and Skill Drain and stuff like that. Going to be the kind of the meta contenders of the Floodgates now. If your deck's going to obviously play it. Then we're going to summon out a copy of Fenrir here. So at this point, we don't even really know what our opponent is playing. So it's kind of hard to beat it. You know, do we choose to go Rage here and go into a copy of SP Little Knight? Or do we choose to go for Escape and then we're going to be popping the Rage? And of course, Yama can summon back out, but like it's not going to do very much. So I let them search here, which I think is probably a mistake. But we're then going to go Rage, target, as well as the Dimension Fissure, destroying it, and then we're going to be able to activate the effect of the Yama, as well as the Chandelier and the Welcome. And then we're going to be seeing the Yama most likely summon out our copy of the Rage there. I mean, yeah, Yama is also, and Rage, I guess, can add back the Ariana. We're going to summon out the Rage, and here their opponent can choose to activate the effect of Fenrir if they want to, but that's going to be met with most likely a Rage finishing it, or using it to make an SP there. But if they were planning to do this all along, they probably should have done that on the summon. I guess they don't really know what their opponent is playing, so doesn't really matter. Like this could be a copy of Kashtira here. You know, threatening the battle phase is quite good. It kind of makes them do it regardless. Kind of get punished, but We're going to activate the effect of Chandelier here, sending itself plus the, I believe, Ariana once again, setting the big welcome here. And then we're going to be able to activate the effect, add back the Chandelier. We're not seeing the Fenrir activate its effects just yet. So it's going to activate the effect to banish it face down. We're choosing not the chain. Interesting. I feel like we should have just chained to go into an SP. And we are going to be seeing them normal summon out the Goblin, and then you're going to be able to activate to summon out from the... Or we're going to activate the Kagamucha Knight because we did normal summon at level 3. It summon itself out. And they're going to take a second to read the Goblin cards. I mean, I need to read them myself, to be honest. I do not know them off by heart. I believe that's Merciless. Then we can go for the big Gabonga here. Going to add a Goblin monster from the deck to the hand. We do see that get hit with Ash Blossom, though. Like, you know, it is kind of hard seeing what do you actually want to hit. Like, we did see them save the Ash. Not hitting, like, if they thought it was... I guess they activated Defissure, but you can still Ash it. It's kind of hard to choose what you really want to do. So we have Big Welcome and Welcome Set as well there. So this is kind of problematic. They're going to think. I mean, I don't really know what the next play is here. Do we have something that can make it attach from Gabonga to summon itself out? And we do have, I think it's 45 on board right now, so. They're just doing a little bit of math there. So we're going to go over for the armored guy. That's going to be able to attach the search for the spell as well as the trap. Going for the trap here. Full armored XYZ. It's going to let us start sucking up some cards, which is really cool. You know, when we overlay into a better monster. But we still haven't really solved our problem of dealing with these back row. So we're going to activate to summon out, or we're going to activate Merciless to summon out here. And then we have the Wielder that we can summon as well. We then overlay into the level 3. Lets us draw additional cards. So we have multiple cards on the field, and we do draw into the Dug here. This card is going to be absolutely crazy. You'll be able to attach to summon itself out. This can actually now search for any spell card. And we might be seeing an OTK here. Searching for the Grand Entrance. You add a Goblin monster from your deck to your hand. They can attach to summon itself out. Yeah, we're actually now big chillin'. We're going to activate the Grand Entrance. We do go into the full armor dude once again. A bigger one here. We're searching for the Clatter. So the only one we haven't used yet is the Clatter Splotter as well as the Boom Mop. And we're going to summon itself out. We can go for another rank if we want to here. We're just linking away for... Okay, yeah, I was going to say, you'd probably definitely go for an XYZ. Going for the Meteor or whatever it's called. I actually have no idea what this one does. We're going to see a set 1. Detach to add back. I suppose it went battle phase into the... Okay, that makes a little bit of sense. You know, forcing the battle phase with that Fenrir into the copy of whatever is definitely a good idea. If they said no, then they would have just continued and then would have been sailed the same thing. So we're going to see them draw for turn, activate a welcome there. And like, what do you... You probably summon out Lovely, right? But you know they have the full armor, and therefore like we're kind of just in a bad position anyways. Summoning out Ariana. Ariana effects can activate here, most likely searching for the lady. We do have a trap, so no matter what we do here, lady's going to most likely resolve. Because if we activate the trap, our opponent activates a trap, we can just chain the lady to that. We're going to activate Big Welcome here. Any response, they're going to chain the XYZ to just detach to add back. Okay. We're going to summon out Lovely and then bounce back the Ariana. So we are playing, I guess, around the lady set. Lovely can then activate as well as the Chandelier. And then we're going to destroy and then add back to hand. Lovely will most likely resetting the Big Welcome as well. And like we are in a good position here. We have essentially the full control over the board. We're going to activate the effect of I believe it's Chandelier discarding itself plus the Kuklok. Set the field spell here. We're going to be able to flip that face up. We're also going to get the effect of the Kuklok to summon itself back out. We flip up that spell here. And now if we activate any of the traps, we're going to start popping and blowing stuff up. We're going to go for the the Anima here to suck that XYZ. Now we can also go up into an SP if we want to. We have to be careful of that trap, but whenever that trap does flip face up, our lady will be able to trigger. So we're actually going to link away the lady there to go into that SP. And SP will be able to activate targeting probably the monster there that's going to be able to be used. And are they going to do it on the trap there? Okay. They're going to go battle phase, and we're going to attack Lovely over the full armor, and set another card and just pass turn on this. So we still have a lot. We have SP, we have Lovely. We're going to be able to activate the traps. We also have the Kuklok as well as the Chandelier coming back, as long as we remember. And we do see a little bit of graveyard changing around to remember those cards, the Welcome as well as the Chandelier. That is actually against the rules, so make sure if you're at a YCS that you don't do that. You can't be changing the graveyard organization around. You will get a game loss for that, unfortunately. Well, I guess you'll get a warning first, but... We're then going to activate the Welcome Labrynth here. We're going to be able to summon out. Probably a copy of Lady, yep. And then we're going to be popping the card with the Labrynth field spell here. Popping that Armored Torpedo. And then we're going to be able to set and well as add back. We started with a copy of Fenrir here. Kind of a little bit of misplay. We knew they had it in the hand. But we can deal with it very easily with the copy of Big Welcome set. They're going to activate the effect of the Cashier. Fenrir are going to be able to search for another copy of itself. And so now if we get rid of it, once again, they will be able to summon the next one. But we're going to be summoning out a copy of Doug here on the normal special searches for the spell. And we're going to actually go for, it looks like Grand Bash this time. We're going to activate the Grand Bash. We're going to take a second to read it. It is a continuous spell. Maybe hoping that they would, not read it and just flip up the Big Welcome to destroy it. But we're going to be normal summoning with the Clatter here. And then I believe we just activated the effect to turn everything to level 6. No, we're not. We're just, they asked like what you can go into, and they say Gabonga here. We're going to summon out the Gabonga off the Clatter, okay. And we're thinking here, if we XYZ, chances are it's going to get hit with that copy of Big. You know, we are kind of in a losing spot here. We're going to activate the Big Welcome here. No response. They're going to chain the Lady here, letting us set. Setting a copy of Imperm. And then we get the summon most likely out in Ariana. Or Arias. Bouncing the Arias there could also be a really good option. And then we are going to be able to trigger the Lovely. To pop. You know, there is a chance we just pop the Fenrir. Because then Fenrir can't activate on resolution, I guess. But I don't really think it matters if we pop the Fenrir. We probably pop a level 3. And then that way if Fenrir activates, we just chain the SP. So we're going to see Lovely, or Fenrir 1, Lovely 2, SP 3 targeting itself, and the Lovely to be able to essentially save it. And we do get rid of the Doug. And now we have Imperm and a Welcome set, as well as the Lovely and SP coming back. I don't really think that... Yeah, so we're just going to scoop it up there. Realizing the Goblin deck does not have, unfortunately, enough. They drew a bunch of cards, and they had the Fenrir, but they just unfortunately couldn't get there. Labrynth was just able to take that grind game state, having the big welcomes coming back, the welcomes always being set, having the Chandeliers and the Kuklocks in rotation, now having the Arias as well, so they can start going into like some bigger lines. We could maybe see them bring back out the copy of... the Shawarma or another copy of Arias, maybe to go into a Caesar, and I'm going to be extremely good in the grind game. If you can summon a Caesar past turn 1, chances are your opponent cannot break that board. But we are going to be seeing going on into the next game here. Most likely Goblin's going to be choosing to go first. There are some blow cards that they can use versus Labrynth. Like if we do see another copy of the D-Fissure, it's going to be quite problematic for the Labrynth deck to end up playing through that. But we might be able to see maybe a comeback as well on the Labrynth side, with maybe the copies of Kuklock alongside Starvey Torvey or Chandelier in the hand immediately. So we're going to see them activate D-Fissure right away here, letting it just start off, and then we are going to activate the effect of the Rhoda, letting us search for a copy of Doug. We then summon out the copy of Doug here. And we can also summon out the Kagamucha Knight, and we're going to be chaining the Imperm on the Doug, making that we won't get any of those spell searches, but it's not going to matter because we can go for the big Gabonga here. And they have the Ash Blossom to stop the Gabonga as well. Okay, double hand trap against this deck is quite detrimental. Essentially just turn ending them if they don't have anything else. They could go for a copy of E-Telly here, okay. I suppose that can do something. E-Telly may be also going to be used to go for Ghost Ogre in the next format. Once Tempai gets released this weekend, you might be able to see the wielders kind of get changed. And we have a Nibiru as well here. The triple hand trap finale. Wow. Well, they just lost their whole board and their whole hand. And essentially just ending on a Nib token. And that's just going to be a... I'm going to say that's going to be game right there. We have decided a winner here. Not much we can do. And the Dimension Fissure is just going to be absolutely destructive here. So we're going to pass turn on that. We do have the Ariana to be normal summoned, activating the effect, letting us search for a copy of Big, or... Do you even go for Big, or do you go for Lovely? Lovely summon herself out. Link away into... SP can't banish, so do you just link away into So we're going to go for the Arias here. We're going to go battle phase, attack, an attack for 3,000. Then I'm going to link away into the Clarissa. Then we're going to go right into a copy of the SP. SP is going to be banishing the D-Fissure. Then we can activate the copy of the Kuklok there, activating the Torby here, I believe, or the Chandelier, sending itself plus the Arias to let us go for the big welcome here. We get to then summon back out that copy of the Kuklok, and we can actually activate the effect of Big Welcome. But we're just going to be passing turn on this because we want to essentially pop the card they have in hand, and their opponent's going to scoop it up there, realizing it's going to be too late. We have the complete control over it. Once you're down to one card and we get to lovely pop you, it's just going to be game over. Regardless, hope you guys enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe if you want more content like this. Goblin's going to be a really cool deck in the upcoming format. We could see maybe Purely with the Double Delicious coming back, and this card is going to be like an anti-meta for Purely. Doug being able to target that Purely under the Noir is absolutely crazy. Regardless, hope you enjoyed watching the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. I want to see more content like this. Don't forget to stay safe. Peace.